Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the new lesson Plant Kingdom. Let me give you introduction to the plant kingdom. This is coming in unit 17. The living organisms found on this earth differ in their structure, habitat, mode of nutrition and physiology. The estimated number of plant species on this earth is 8.7 million. Among them, 6.5 species are living on the land and 2.2 million species are living in the ocean. Out of them, 4 lakh species are flowering plants. So, in this lesson, we will discuss more about plants. And now, let's see how plant kingdom is classified. It's classified into 5 types: thallophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. These are the 5 types coming under the plant kingdom. This is how the plant kingdom is classified. So in this lesson, we will discuss well about the general characteristics, classification and economic importance of the varieties of plants. First, let's discuss about algae. Algae, this is algae. In Latin, it is said to be algae. Actually, the meaning of algae is seaweed. They are greenish in color. Why they are greenish in color? They contain green pigment. What's responsible for green color in the plant? Chlorophyll pigment. Chlorophyll is responsible for green color in the plant. Algae contains a chlorophyll and it's a primitive plant and very simple plant. They are autotrophic in nature. They can prepare their own food. So it is autotrophic. They belong to which group? Thallophyta group. Important one word. Algae belongs to Thallophyta. The plant body of the algae is called thallus. The body part of the algae is called as what? Thallus. Here, it cannot be differentiated into root, stem or leaf. So, this is about algae. The general characteristics of algae, they are simple, they are primitive plant and they are autotrophic in nature. Why it is autotrophic? It contains chlorophyll pigment to prepare its own food with the help of sunlight. It belongs to Thallophyta and the body part is called thallus. And some are called phytoplanktons. That is, very few algae can survive in the wet soil. Especially this algae needs moist area for its growth. Some of the algae are very minute and it can float over the surface of the water. So they are called phytoplanktons. And some kind of algae lives along with the fungi, which we say it is symbionts. Example, lichen. So this is lichen. So these lichens are living along with fungi. Both are mutually satisfying each other in preparation of food and water. So they are called as symbionts. Example, lichen. There are various forms of algae: unicellular, multicellular. Some kind of algae are gigant, that is giant in nature, okay, which has got largest plant body. Example for unicellular, Chlamydomonas chlorella. Example for multicellular, Spirogyra and Cladopora. Example for the giant or colonial and largest plant body are macrocystis, volvox, this is volvox, and then chara. So these are the various forms of algae. Some are very minute in nature, so they are called unicellular, single-celled organism. Example, Chlamydomonas chlorella. And how do they reproduce? There are 3 ways of reproduction. They undergo vegetative reproduction. Example, Spirogyra. Asexual reproduction, example Chlamydomonas. Sexual reproduction, example Spirogyra and Chara. Sexual reproduction means using the two kinds of gametes reproduction takes place. Asexual reproduction in a form of sporulation. Vegetative reproduction with the help of fragmentation method. So these are the three ways of reproduction. These are some of the example for algae. Okay, this is Spirogyra, this is Chlamydomonas. And next let's discuss about the classification of algae. So the algae are classified on the basis of their color, photosynthetic pigments. Various classes are Cyanophyta, Chlorophyta, Phaeophyta, Rhodophyta. Cyanophyta are blue-green algae. The pigment present is phycocyanin, and they reserve food in a form of starch, cyanophysian starch. And then Chlorophyta, it's green in color and it contains a pigment called chlorophyll, and they reserve food in a form of starch. And next one, Phaeophyta, it's a brown colored algae, and then the pigment present is fucoxanthin, and they reserve food in a form of laminarian starch. And next, Rhodophyta, this is a red colored algae. It belongs to the class Rhodophyta, and the pigment present in it is phycoerythrin, and then they reserve food in a form of Floridian starch. So from this one words may be asked, right? So these are the classification of algae based on the pigment present in it. Based on the pigment only, the color of the algae varies. Okay, some kind of algae are red in color, some are brown in color, some are blue-green in color, or some are perfectly greenish in color. These are all different in color based on the presence of pigment in it. Next, let's discuss how it is important economically. These algae are important to us. In what way and how? So the algae are useful in a form of food, agriculture, agar-agar, iodine, algae in space travel, single cell protein. So algae is useful in these ways. See here, economic significance of algae. Algae useful in a form of food. So algae can be consumed as a food by people in Japan, England, and also in India. What? Ulva, then laminaria, sargassum. These are used in a form of food. Ulva, laminaria, sargassum, chlorella. Right? Some algae are used as food for domestic animals also. This laminaria is used as a food for domestic animal. Yeah, this is laminaria. And then this is nostoc. This algae is used in the agriculture. This is blue-green algae which are essential for not only this nostoc, anabin also. So it is used in fixing the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. As you know well, nitrogen is very important for the plant growth. For fixing the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil, this nostoc is very much helpful, thereby increasing the fertility of the soil. Next, agar-agar. It is prepared from Gelidium and Glaciaria. It is used to make ice cream and also help as solidifying agent during the preparation of culture medium. So this is Gelidium, this is Glaciaria. These two are used in preparation of ice cream. And next, Laminaria, already we discussed about laminaria. Laminaria is helpful in, I already told you this laminaria is used as a food, right? This laminaria here. This laminaria is used in a food form. And also iodine is prepared or obtained from this laminaria. Iodine. Remember children, laminaria is used in a form of food. At the same time, this laminaria is helpful in the preparation of iodine. And next, this is chlorella. See to this, this is chlorella. This is a kind of algae which is used in the space travel. This is used, how it is used in the space travel means to get rid of carbon dioxide and to decompose the human wastage also. This chlorella is very much helpful in the space travel to decompose the wastages as well as to get rid of carbon dioxide. And then one more thing, spirulina. I forgot to tell you about this spirulina. Some of the single-celled algae and blue-green algae are used to produce protein. So for the productivity of protein, this spirulina is used up. Spirulina, not only the spirulina, chlorella also used up for productivity of single-celled protein. So finally, we discussed well about algae. Just let me recall the points whichever we have discussed. So this algae is useful in the food. Okay, what kind of algae are used in the food means spirulina, laminaria, chlorella. These are the pictures of spirulina, laminaria, chlorella. And then laminaria is useful in the productivity of iodine. And in the field of agriculture, nostoc and anabina are used. For what purpose? For fixing the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. To improve the fertility of the soil, this nostoc and anabina are used. And then in the space travel, to get rid of carbon dioxide and to decompose the human waste, what is used? What algae is used? Chlorella. Full form you can say it as chlorella pyrenodosa. Chlorella pyrenodosa. And then gelidium and gracilaria are used for preparing ice cream, that is agar agar. Okay, and then for the productivity of single celled protein, chlorella and spirulina are used up. So these are the importance of algae. So algae is a primitive simple plant and it is autotrophic in nature. It belongs to the Thallophyta, and the body part, that is plant body part of algae, very important one word this is, plant body part of algae is called as thallus, and it's a very simple plant. Why it is a simple plant means a root, stem and leaf cannot be differentiated for this algae. Right? Also we discussed about the kinds of reproduction, how it is classified and how it is useful to us. And next we are going to discuss about an organism. It is of both the varieties, that is both unicellular and multicellular are available in this category. Most are multicellular only. Can you identify what it is by seeing the picture? Yes, this is fungi. So let's discuss about fungi, the characteristic feature of fungi. This fungi has got thread-like body structure. Can you see a thread-like body structure, which we say it as hyphae or hypha. Okay, so single thread-like structure is called as hypha, and many threads you can see here. Many threads are overlapped each other, means that is collection of hyphae is called as mycelium. So single thread is hyphae and collection of many threads is called as what? Mycelium. And the cell wall, the substance present in the cell wall, it is made up of cell wall, and the cell wall is made up of what? Chitin. So cell wall is made up of what? Chitin. And I already told you this fungi comes under both unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means single celled organism. Multicellular means many cells are present. Unicellular fungi are not visible. It can be viewed only with the microscope. Multicellular organisms, multicellular fungi can be easily viewed through our eyes. Example for unicellular is yeast. Example for multicellular is Rhizopus, Agaricus, Aspergillus, etc. And they are non-green organisms. They lack chlorophyll. We discussed about algae. No, algae contains chlorophyll pigment, but fungi is not having chlorophyll. General characteristics of the fungi. This belongs to Thallophyta. It consists of filament structure called hyphae and are connected as mycelium. Already I told you a single filament is hyphae, many are connected together to form mycelium. It has two mycelium, septate and aseptate mycelium. Multicellular fungi example mushroom, unicellular fungi example yeast. This is mushroom picture, this is yeast picture. And this fungi are heterotrophic in nature. That means depending on other organism. That's why it cannot prepare its own food. But algae, we discussed about algae that they are autotroph, they can prepare their own food, right? But here fungi are heterotroph, they cannot prepare their own food. They are based on the nutrition, it is classified into three types: parasite, saprophyte, symbionts. Parasitic means living over another one living organism. Example, Cercospora. Saprophyte means living over the dead and decayed organism. Example, Rhizopus. Then symbiotic means what I told you? Both algae and fungi living together, mutually beneficial to each other in the preparation of food and water. Right? Algae prepares the food since it contains chlorophyll. Fungi prepares the water. In that way, they both are mutually satisfying each other. Example, lichen. Algae and fungi living together. Okay, and then this fungi can affect the plant or animals or even human beings in many ways, many diseases. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss about that. Importance of fungi and harmful effects of fungi. See here, this fungi can affect both plants as well as human beings. Before that, let's discuss the importance of fungi. The fungi is used in the preparation of medicine for preparing antibiotic. First antibiotic is penicillin, which was prepared from Penicillium notatum. This is one fungi prepared from Penicillium notatum. This was found by Alexander Fleming. And then this fungi is helpful in preparation of food. Example, Agaricus. So this is edible mushroom, highly rich in protein, right? The next one, vitamins. Aspia gospi, that is preparation of vitamins. That is productivity of vitamin is possible with the fungi. And then alcohol for the fermentation process. Yeast is one form of fungi, unicellular fungi, which is helpful in the preparation of alcohol. In that way, economically, this fungi is important. And then harmful effect. It causes various diseases in the plant varieties and also in the human. How this fungi is classified based on nutrition. So fungi is classified into three types: parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic. Parasitic means living over other living organism. Saprophytic means living over dead and decayed organism. Lichen means fungi and algae living together, which we say it as symbionts. Example, lichen. So this picture indicates what kind of fungi? Come on, parasitic. Why? The fungi is living over another living organism. In that way, it is parasitic. And next you see, this is mold. Okay, so it is living over the dead and decayed organism. So this is, in that way, this is saprophytic. Yeah, this is symbiont, that is lichen, symbiotic in nature. Fungi and algae living together. In that way, based on nutrition, fungi is classified into 3 types. So this is symbiotic, this is saprophytic, and this is parasitic. Remember children, parasitic means living over another living organism. Saprophytic means living over the dead and decayed organism. Lichen means algae and fungi living together. Next, how it is useful, how fungi is useful to us. Fungi in the medicine field. I already told you, antibiotic, preparation of antibiotic, that is a chemical substance extracted from the living organism to kill the other harmful living organism. So how to say that? Penicillin is extracted from the Penicillium notatum, right? Penicillium notatum is a fungi. From that penicillin is prepared, and the penicillin is an antibiotic which is injected or given in a form of drug to kill the living microbe in our body. Harmful microbes are killed with the help of the fungi. Okay, the antibiotic which is prepared from fungi. And some more example for antibiotics are streptomycin, neomycin, kanamycin, gentamicin, erythromycin. All these are antibiotics. Whenever you are sick, you will go to the doctor. So the sickness or disease is caused especially by the microorganism only, right? If microorganism is developing in the body, if it has got entry into the body, it grows well and affect our cells. Thereby it affects the tissue. To avoid that infectious disease, antibiotic will be given. So that antibiotic is prepared from the fungi, right? And these are all the kinds of antibiotics prepared with the help of fungi. So in that way, fungi is helpful in the productivity of the medicine. See here, this is what? A fungi, Penicillium notatum. From this only antibiotic penicillin is prepared. And next, fungi is used as a food. So, the common edible fungi is mushroom, agaricus. Okay, it is highly rich in proteins and minerals. So, you should intake this edible fungi mushroom at least twice in a week. It's highly nutritious. So total number of edible mushrooms are 2000 in number. See, this is edible mushroom. This is what we say it as agaricus. It's really healthy, children. And next, fungi is used as a vitamin, productivity of vitamin, that is asparagospe. Vitamin B is synthesized from asparagospe and Erythrothecium aspi. Okay, these are helpful in the productivity of vitamin. So what are the two kinds of fungus? Asparagospe and Erythrothecium gospe. They are used to produce vitamin. What vitamin, you know? Vitamin B2. It's riboflavin. See, this is a picture denoting the productivity of vitamin riboflavin. And next, yes, this is yeast. Already I told you about the yeast. Yeast is helpful in the fermentation process for the production of alcohol. The fungus like yeast, this is yeast. Okay, the fungus like yeast contain enzyme invertase and zymase. What is it having? Invertase and zymase, which ferment the sugar molasses into alcohol. It is helpful in the productivity of alcohol, thereby helps in the economic condition of our country. So economically, the fungi is important for us. So this fungi is helpful in the productivity of antibiotic, food, vitamin as well as alcohol. Next, harmful effects of fungi. This fungi have can produce various diseases. It may affect the plant as well as animals. Not only plant and animals and also human beings. Destruction of food, lumber, paper and cloth, then plant diseases, animal diseases, human diseases including allergies, toxins means poison, toxins produced by the poisonous mushrooms and within the food, example grain, cheese, etc. So these are all the harmful effects of fungi. See how it is affecting the plant. This is the cotton plant, wilt disease in the cotton plant. This is caused due to fungi only. This wilt disease in cotton is caused due to Fusarium oxysporum. Fusarium oxysporum. Fusarium oxysporum. This is a pathogen which is causing wilt disease in the cotton. So this is red rot in the sugarcane. Red rot in the sugarcane. Have you noticed this kind of red colored patches over the sugarcane? Yes. This is also caused due to the pathogen, that is fungi. What fungi? Calotropicum falcatum. Calotropicum falcatum. This is a pathogen which is causing red rot in the sugarcane. Yeah, this is a blast disease in the paddy. And this is caused by a pathogen called Pyricularia oryzae. Pyricularia oryzae is a pathogen which is causing blast disease in the paddy. And not only that, this picture denotes what? White rust in the radish. It is caused by albugo candida. Albugo candida. So these are all the kind of pathogens which are causing diseases in the plants. Right? So next one, this fungi can cause disease in the animals as well as human beings. What kind of diseases? Ringworm, dandruff, athlete's foot. Ringworm, dandruff, athlete's foot. See, this is the athlete's foot. The infection in between the fingers. This is athlete foot. Athlete foot is caused by the fungi Tinea pedis. Tinea pedis causes this athlete foot. This is what? This picture denotes a dandruff over the scalp. Right? Dandruff is caused by Microsporum furfur. Microsporum furfur. You can refer to your textbook page 195 which is tabulated. And next, this is a ringworm. This ringworm is a circular rash on the skin. Okay, this is caused by Trichophyton species. Trichophyton sp. This is the name of the fungi which is causing ringworm, that is circular rash on the skin. So in that way, this fungi is affecting the human being also. So now tell me, what kind of fungi is it? Is it parasitic or saprophytic? Yes, this is parasitic. Why this is parasitic fungi means it is living over the another one living organism. Right? Next, difference between algae and fungi. It is in textbook page 195. This is very important 2-mark question. Difference between algae and fungi. So in this class we have discussed well about algae and fungi only. So now this is the difference. Algae is what? It's purely autotrophic in nature. Fungi are heterotrophs. Autotrophs, algae can prepare their own food. Fungi depend on other organism for food. So that is heterotrophic in nature. And algae have pigments. What pigment? Chlorophyll pigment. But fungi do not have any pigment. So they are colorless. And next, algae reserve food material. What kind of food material is reserved means starch. Here fungi reserves the food material. What kind of food material means glycogen and oil. Glycogen and oil are the reserve food materials. But here for algae, starch is a reserve food material. And here some algae are prokaryotic in nature. Example, cyanobacteria, nostoc and abina are coming under this. So some algae are prokaryotic in nature. Prokaryotic means what? Yes, which the organism which doesn't have proper nuclear membrane. It has a living material but doesn't have any proper nuclear membrane. Membrane bound organelles are absent here. That is why it is prokaryotic. But fungi are eukaryotic in nature. Eukaryotic means well defined cell organelles, and nucleus contain nuclear membrane. So that is why it is eukaryotic. All the plants, animals, human beings, all are eukaryotic in nature. Right? Example, agaricus. So this is a very important question, the difference between algae and fungi. So students, you refer to your textbook, read everything, understand and learn. Okay, with this we are coming to the end of the video session. So today's class we have discussed well about algae and fungi. Thank you.